So no dig without cardboard, does it work? The answer is yes, but it's harder. I won't use cardboard because of the chemicals that are wound up within recycled cardboard, which is all cardboard, unless it's virgin cardboard that you can buy, but then it's at a premium price. There's been scientific studies that have gone into how much forever chemicals are actually within all cardboard, and it's too high, and I want an organic plot without chemicals being involved. So I voluntarily do not have cardboard, which makes things tougher. So I've got over it in one of two ways. The first way was just using compost. That works, but it's tougher. The depth of compost has to be 6 inches to subdue the weeds, and then it's still, the tough weeds still get through. I'll show you a bed now that has particularly suffered. It was the very first bed I made. You'll see the state of it at the moment. It has got a lot of weed come back into it. I've got to de-weed it and all that sort of thing. Yes, I know. But halfway through the year, well, when all the beds had been made, really, apart from the last couple, I decided to try using grass as a mulch underneath the compost, and that has worked an absolute treat. Let me show you this bed, which is one of the few examples I've got here of, because I didn't believe it would work, but it's worked very well. So this bed, I put a nice thick layer of grass clippings down, and then I put quite a thin layer of compost at the top, and as you see, it subdued the weeds enough completely. The remains that you see on the surface is a green manure mustard crop that was chopped down just before the frosts, but essentially there's nothing left of any of the weed structure. There's a few weed seeds here from, I'm guessing, a plant that had fallen down and shed its seeds. But essentially, I would term that a success. So the process is subduing the background weeds with membrane, and then covering, like here, with grass clippings, and then the grass clippings compress and make this mat that is perfect for subduing weeds. The compost goes on top of that, and it seems to be able to get away with a thinner layer of compost. This is the green waste compost, and it's worked an absolute treat. I shall be following this again next year, for definite. Here's the first start of this process. This is a bed that has had tarp down all summer. It's worked an absolute treat. There's no weeds coming back at this moment, and this will be have a lawnmower put over it, and the thatch will be removed and reused as a mulch in itself. And that seems to work quite well as well, between the squashes they'll grow and the pumpkins, and this will roll on across the field. What you can't see on the photograph is the black cloud that's creeping up over there. That's why I'm in shadow. They're all around me at the moment. So I've got the blue sky facing the back of me, but actually rain is on the way, so I better make this quick. Yeah, so I've got a plan. Replacing cardboard with grass cuttings seems to be a great idea. One of the things I'd like to try, and that's replacing grass cuttings with leaves and putting compost on top. See if that would work as well, because I can't see any reason why that wouldn't work also. But I don't have the leaves to be able to try it here, so perhaps one of you can try it and come back to me. That should also work as well. It's always a way to overcome a shortage of a particular crop, and it's a way of finding these different ways of doing something that suits the abundance of what you have. I obviously have an abundance of grass here, so it's easy for me to preach about grass cuttings, but as I said, leaves should perform the same function. I know that would introduce a lot of carbon, but it'd be worth a go. With that thought, I'll leave you till next time, and have a good week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.